Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another podcast for the Not
So
Studious channel. My name is Justin, alongside myself is
Mike.
And today we got two very special guests, right, Mike?
We do, bro. First time in a long time we've had some guests on the channel.
It's been a few months.
It's been a few years.
yeah, something like that, yeah.
But today, Justin and I are very focused on health, fitness, and
True.
Also this channel started because we wanted to find ways to break out of the 9 to 5
Exactly.
and find like-minded people. And today we have like-minded people.
Yeah.
This is
Hello, my name's Denver.
and
Ryan.
and Denver's why don't you introduce yourself a little bit? Tell them what you're about.
So my name's Denver. I run Muscle in Motion. I teach boxing, and I'm a personal trainer.
And this is just Kernu. And
This is just Ryan.
Yeah, this is just Ryan. Yeah, no. But essentially, the reason why we brought them on, like Mike said, trying to break out of the 9 to 5, and the fact that he actually has started his own personal training company and he's doing well and successful with that, it's kind of inspiring, to be honest.
Dude, it's awesome to be able to use what you have around you and make like a living off of it. Something you enjoy, something you're passionate about, something in your own house. You know what I mean?
I mean, because we started this as a passion
Yeah.
too, right? And this is going to hopefully continue to be.
Hopefully ours starts making money one day also.
Yeah, right. At least he's making money right off the fucking back. Like we're taking. Why don't you fucking subscribe? Is what we're telling you to do. So, no. But first and foremost, though, like, what made you guys kind of start it? Like, I know this Denver's primarily, but like, what made you guys kind of get into it?
So I used to work in a commercial gym as a trainer for just over a year, and I didn't really like the way things were run in like the aspect of how like the trainer and client connection was. So I decided to branch off and do my own thing, and I could be full hands-on and I could help out a lot of people that way and just enjoy doing what I do.
No, that's fair. I mean, like, was helping people one of the reasons why you decided to do it?
Yeah, man, like the only thing you're good for is to help out others.
Yeah.
So I believe that this is what I'm good at and this is the way that I can help efficiently and just enjoy doing it.
No, that's fair. I mean, like, you guys have also known each other for quite a bit of time, probably around the same as me and Mike, no? How long
Sadly.
have you
No,
been?
no,
Sadly?
Longer.
Longer.
Way longer.
When did you guys first meet?
When we were,
I'm
like-
acting like you guys are a couple, but when did you guys first meet?
I was
like-
like 2 days ago.
Oh,
I don't know, he's just here for the video.
exactly.
Just for context, he's a client. That's why he's here. It's not
Yeah,
just we just
exactly.
found a random white guy on the show. Yo, you want to do a podcast real quick?
Yeah, no, that's him.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
our goal was to find out whether or not somebody could be whiter than Mike, and unfortunately, that doesn't exist.
Fortunately,
so,
we can't find him.
Yeah, no, it's
Close,
fine.
but not quite.
I mean, you both matched the
We do
colors,
have a
so-
forehead competition going on.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
Justin's
Except
like,
like
do
Justin
it.
has a hat on.
I feel like I already
He's
won.
covering it.
Exactly. What I guess made you start doing this with him? Like, I mean, you guys are obviously friends. Like, what was kind of the goal behind you joining? Bullying?
Denver always like, yo, you got to start working out. Like, I'll help you out. Like, I'll put you through some training and see where it goes from there. And then
So this is my mini prodigy. So like a lot of like the tactics and things I learned to train other people, I started with him.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like
the
this
bullying,
guy,
the bullying starts
he
here.
started. He was a little geek. He's a bigger geek with more veins now. But he started off as a little geek, and I kind of helped him out through weightlifting and boxing, help build confidence, help build size, and just help quality of life and not be such a geek.
How successful do you think you've been so far?
I don't know. I guess we'll see what you guys think.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think he's a fucking geek. I don't know about
No, I'm not a geek.
Fuck you guys. He's a good guy, bro. He's a good guy.
No, Ryan's a
No,
good dude.
no.
Ryan went from Rainbow Six Siege 24/7 to a boxing match, so you can't complain about that.
All in the span of hairline going from here to here.
no,
You gotta trust him out.
Yeah.
What about your background though? Like, what type of fighting do you do? How long you been doing it? How long you been training?
So I've been boxing for about just over around 4 years now,
Okay.
and I started about Muay Thai kickboxing about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I work at the Thai gym to teach a little bit of boxing. I got my classes there all the time,
Mhm.
and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Fucking do everything now.
Try my best, man.
How long you been at it?
So I've been training my whole life because I used to play hockey.
Okay.
But I've been weightlifting. Like I started with bodybuilding about 7 years ago, and then I started personal training about 3 to 4 years ago.
Bro, you showed me a picture the other day when you were like deezed as hell,
Yeah.
and then you cut down.
Yeah. So like bodybuilding's cool and all, but I'm big into functional strength training. And like when I'm like 70, I want to be able to wipe my ass and like turn sideways and shit. So I transitioned. Like I used to be a big dude. Now I'm a smaller guy, but I'm a lot more mobile, and I could like. I like functional training a lot more.
No, that's fair. But I mean, like, what made you even start working out in the first place? Like, what initiated that? Because everyone has a starting story, right?
To be honest, everyone has a starting story, but mine's not that cool. I just like through hockey, I had to get stronger, get bigger, get faster. So I kind of always had that background.
Mhm.
But I really fell in love with it during COVID because there was nothing to do but lift heavy circles.
Fair.
So it just gave you something to do. And I like the environment of fitness too.
No, that's true. I mean, honestly it varies, right? Because there's certain times where you do walk into gyms and they're inspiring. There's other times where there's people that are already big and they're telling you to fuck off. So you don't know which one. You know what I mean? Like they're not trying to give you anything.
Dude, but the one thing I love about lifting too is they're just working on in general is that mental boost you get.
It's true.
Right? That's like 90% of the reason I do it.
It's true, yeah.
I think timing plays a factor too, right? Because if you do it in the morning, you get enough energy to get through the day. It's like the first thing that you do. Right?
It just depends with everyone, though. Some people like it at night to help them sleep. Some people like it in the morning. But as long as you're doing it, that's all that matters. So I started weight training with him, what,
2.5, 3 years?
2.5 years ago. He put on about 20-something pounds in muscle. He should be putting on more, but because he transitioned to boxing, he's trying to stay light for fighting. So he's about like 100 pounds.
No, like 138, 138.
So yeah, he fights at 138, so that's why he kind of cruises there.
And what, he just started because you pushed him to or you wanted to?
But for boxing
or like both?
In general,
the weightlifting was more like I say like...
You just had to do it, man.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
But, yeah.
And then the boxing, he just like, yo, come to a class, and then the next day later, I went to a class, and that was it.
I saw the little before and after video of that too, like your improvement.
Yeah, man, it's inspiring. Because at the end of the day, anyone can lift circles and get big. All you gotta do is eat right?
Yeah.
But developing a skill that you could use to save your life is also pretty cool as well.
No, it's true. And like the thing is too, is we're gonna be linking Denver stuff all over this fucking thing. So like, literally, if you're in our area, like we're like from Toronto, whatever. If you're able to hit them up, and you'll definitely see some results.
Yeah, man, you guys would love it.
Yeah, no, cause I mean, like him and I make it a mission of ours, right, to not associate with people that we don't find.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sponsor somebody I don't fuck with. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
someone that's not really like passionate about what they do.
Yeah, we would have never brought someone on here unless we truly thought they would make a difference. And it's obvious that like his mission is to help people, right? I mean, like,
bro, look at the guy's arms. He knows what he's doing. Like, it's that simple. He's simple. He's certified, bro. You want to show him the wall?
Yeah, we should show him the wall.
These aren't even all of them, to be honest. But yeah.
Look at this shit.
It's not bad.
See, these are the weights he uses.
405.
Look at the class. That company right there. Got a couple more. He's not doing too bad for himself, eh?
All those certificates up there, brother. What comes next?
So yeah, I got a bunch of certs and different things. I like to diverse my training, and so I'm gonna continue to get certs pretty much forever. But what I'm trying to obtain right now is my master training cert. So how that works is I believe you have to be certified in like 5 general areas, and then you have to have a certain amount of experience and hours put in. So currently that's what I'm working on. It's almost like your level 6 out of 8. So
interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm trying to get to next.
What would you tell for people that like maybe wanted to get into your line of work? Like I know there's a lot of people that probably are doing successful themselves. They want to help other people. Like how do you start?
Start with people that you know. So like for example, I started with him, right? So I was able to show him everything I know. Do it for free first and see if you're even good at it and see if you like it. Because if you don't enjoy helping others, then you'll be shit at this, right? You need to make sure this is something you like for yourself and for other people.
Interesting.
He's actually a good teacher too.
No, he is.
His explanations are good, bro. All right, Ryan, why don't you talk about a little bit about the benefits of what training and stuff does for you personally?
Me personally, it works a lot of like my cardio. Cardio for sure. My cardio wasn't the best before I started boxing, so getting into boxing has definitely helped my cardio and improved a lot of my strength and mobility for sure.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you fight a lot too.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that too. Any fights recently or any upcoming?
Nothing yet coming, but back in October I had one.
Obviously, there's a lot that goes into fighting. Now, like, it's not just a physical thing; it's also a mental thing. So, like, talk about what your process is. Like, how do you get in that zone to get prepared for fighting?
Stop going out. That's the main thing.
For all of us, it's very difficult.
Just train like every day, and like cut out the booze. Don't go out, because like if you go out, then you're like mentally,
you got to be focused, right? You can't let the other guy, your versa, or even yourself beat yourself.
Right?
Yeah. All right, so I mean, you've taught for a long time then.
Yeah.
So then, like, what goes into your thought process when it comes to like teaching? Because obviously, when it came to working out, you said it was about helping people. Is the same concept going into teaching too?
My favorite thing about teaching boxing is even with weightlifting too, but you can see their confidence skyrocket, and not in like a egotistical way.
Right.
Like in like I walk in a room, I feel good. I know that if something goes down, I could probably defend myself.
Right.
Like not just for me, like for my clients as well.
No, of course.
And it's pretty cool to see the buildup of that. How you could like walk in, shoulders down, timid. Within a few months of like moving around and kind of just get him to know what you're made out of,
Yeah.
you feel pretty good. Just super confident, and it's a good thing.
I was gonna ask you that too. Where I feel like confidence is 90% of it.
For what?
Like just in general, when it comes to fighting or like sports in general.
Confidence
is
in
yourself.
anything.
Yeah.
Confidence in anything is important.
Yeah.
But knowing you can do something and believing you can actually do it is what matters. Because if you think you can't do it, you can't do it. But if you believe you can, you'll be closer to doing it. Right?
Your mind is powerful, children.
Yeah.
Very.
I mean, you probably noticed by now, but like I'm studying to be a teacher too.
Yeah.
So I think you and I can kind of relate on that. Where it's
100%.
like I think for me, what motivates me to teach is like you see a light bulb go off,
Yes.
and then that feeling is what keeps you going.
It's true, man. Yeah.
Right.
And what's unique about teaching is you have to teach everyone differently.
Yeah.
And the more you do it, the more cues you get to see of what works and what doesn't.
No, it's true.
Right.
But so like, what do you see works for people? Like, what are some strategies they use to figure out what works?
I find what works is make it as personal as possible. So like, say I'm trying to teach a certain form for something. I try to make the analogy as like realistic and as like something that you'd already be doing on a regular day as possible.
Oh,
Does
interesting.
that kind of make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. So then, like, how has he helped you in that regard? Then, like, he obviously has a certain way of teaching you that you kind of adapted to. So how does that work?
His teaching is very good. He's a really good teacher, and like he explains it very well. And
What do I
Help you
explain
out.
well that helps you?
like just like the steps going through it. Like if you want to teach someone how to throw a hook, you show them how to slip into it, step into it. You know what I mean? Rotate everything.
But what would you say that he does specifically for you that helps you? You
He
know what I
explains it very well. Like I don't know how to really explain
Dude, he
it.
has
but
good analogies.
Yeah.
Even from like the
Yeah,
one or two
yeah.
times he's trained me, he has really good analogies.
Oh, that's cool.
He's good at explaining things.
So I mean, why don't you mention an example?
Okay, when you're going to box, right? Just pretend you have giant balls. You don't want to. You gotta stand wide. If you stand too close, your balls will be crushed. You gotta stand nice and wide.
Okay, so that analogy is just for weight distribution. So like when you're fighting, you don't want too much weight forward or too much back because then you're off balance. So I told him to have the analogy of having heavy balls as a way to kind of distribute where he's leading.
But
forward or
mentally,
back.
bro, it worked. Like as soon as he said that, I automatically changed my stance.
Yeah.
It worked.
It's
So
just-
just
yeah, it's
keeping
just
things
foundational
natural too. Like obviously that's not always appropriate depending who you're working with.
Yeah.
But like try to keep things fluent, flowy.
So Ryan, middle of a fight, end of the round, you're in the corner. What's going through your mind?
So I did one fight so far. So when I got to the corner after the first round, it was very nerve wracking because you're going to a ring and someone's trying to punch you in the face. So
It's an everyday thing, right? Yeah.
So
doesn't happen.
I went to the corner and I'll just like, just kind of catch my breath, just keep my, not be like too nervous or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Not get stage fright.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And having an adrenaline dump. That was the biggest thing I was nervous about, was having an adrenaline dump.
Yeah.
But during the fight, obviously you're nervous, so
You're just trying to stay locked in. You're trying
yeah,
to
I'm trying to stay
focused.
locked in, just trying to stay focused on my objective. Not gas out too quickly.
Yeah.
Stick to the plan.
Stick to the plan, yeah.
What are the words of wisdom from the coach?
So yeah,
Are you with him during fights?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
usually the
there's,
corner, the
there's
first
two
one.
of us. So we have
Yeah.
Coach Mark and Coach me
Yeah, coach.
for during this fight. But so yeah, I was talking to him in between the rounds, and like the main thing was I was not trying to get him to think too much because by the time you're in the ring, anything I say right now, you're not gonna learn and pick up right away.
No,
like right.
yeah.
So I was trying to keep it simple, follow the plan. The main thing I was just telling him was to just breathe. Right. You just gotta trust your skill set, breathe, and it's pretty much it. In the second round, he did almost puke on my foot with water, but we forgive him for that. He missed the bucket.
Yeah.
But I was just trying to keep him calm, and he did great. So it was cool to see.
So when it comes to martial arts specifically, though, like what is involved when it comes to getting it ready for a fight? Because I know it's probably mostly muscle memory at that point, right? Like you're building off of how many times you've been practicing or whatever, right?
It just depends, right? It's like if you're getting ready for a competition, or even getting ready for sparring, or getting ready for just training in general, you just have to be. You need to focus on something and put your mind to it. So like, for example, when I go train, I'll pick 3 things, be like, okay, today I need to do these 3 things, and I'm going to work them this way, and this way,
Right.
right? The same thing, how you practice is how you're going to perform, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, when I'm working with people that have upcoming fights or anything like that, we work on like 3 certain things, and then we just kind of differ. It differs each time you go. It just depends on the person, and it depends what art as well.
See, it's funny because I've talked to a lot of people, not necessarily with fighting, but just like in anything, whether it be dance or whatever. Everyone has a different mentality going into that big event, right? Like for some of them, they completely blank.
Yes.
Like in the sense of like they just go into a zone, they don't think about it, they just do it. Is that the same thing with fighting? Would you say?
It completely depends on the person.
It
Like
depends
for
on the person,
example, if So when I go play hockey, right? When I first started, I have to be super like everything's superstition, everything's very specific.
Yeah.
Now when I go do like anything, I just try to be relaxed and enjoy myself, right? Because when you let your head get it to you and you beat yourself up, it's not fun anymore. It takes the fun out of something, right?
So then, what about you? Like, I mean, what advice would you give as someone that's about to train with Denver, just anyone that's getting into training whatsoever? Like, what would you suggest they do to prep themselves? Do they need to be in a certain position to get ready for training? Do you think, or like, how does it work exactly?
Just start, honestly.
Yeah.
Just get your foot in the door. Just go. You know what I mean?
You just gotta do it.
Just gotta do it. Yeah.
Right, and another thing is don't wait for others to tell you to do it. Like you just have to do it. I remember when I was gonna start boxing, I was supposed to go with one of my buddies. And he canceled on me like 5 times. Like, okay, like I gotta go, I gotta do it, right?
Yeah.
So I did it myself. I built myself up, and that's like it's a good feeling, right? Can't rely on others.
So I mean, if you looked at Mike and myself, say we started training with you, like what would be like your process from start to finish of how like you would go about training us? Like him and I are obviously different people.
So well, it depends on your goals and what you want, right? So like, what's your goal?
Well, for me,
training?
like I probably like to try and get cut. Like I feel like I have.
I feel like you want to switch.
Right?
Yeah, I do want to switch.
He wants to cut. I want to bulk.
Yeah.
Okay. But like, see, there's also many aspects to that because anyone could tell you what to do to get big or small or lose weight or gain muscle, right? But you're also a wrestler, right?
Yeah.
So I would have to take into account your functional strength training. I'd have to make sure that you're not stiff, right? I have to make sure that you're losing weight adequately so that you don't get injured while you're fighting, right? So there's a lot of different factors that have to come into play in order for me to know exactly what's tailored for you.
That's fair.
Right?
So what about him? So he used to fight. I think he used to do Taekwondo or something.
Yeah, I did.
But say he gets back into it. Like, how would you go about training him?
So if I were to train a martial artist, it's similar to how I would train because I'm very functional. I'm very like hybrid athlete, if you want to use that term. But like for him, if he wanted to get back into fighting and he wanted to gain size and muscle, that'd be a little bit more difficult because the bigger and heavier you are, usually, the harder it is for you to fight.
Those mobile,
right?
Yeah.
So like at least for boxing, most boxers in my weight class, I'd be the shortest guy by like 1.5 feet, right? The idea is to be skinny and lengthy, right? Because the lighter you are, you'll have more advantage by having more of a reach.
No, it's true.
Right?
But see, we've been talking a lot about more of the physical aspect. Nutrition plays a big role.
Nutrition is
Right.
right.
So I think I'd be curious what goes into how you go about your food and how you split it, and then versus like how would you train again someone like Mike or myself?
Okay, so for me, I started off with bodybuilding, right? So my nutrition was just straight. I was just looking at macros, so I was looking at protein, fats, and all that stuff, right? So I could look a specific way. So depending on what your goal is, will vary for what you're eating. So a lot of my clients that only care about how they look, they could be eating McDonald's as long as they hit their like macros properly. Their results will show and they'll hit their goal, right? But for me, I care. I preach super about health, right? So for me, I do intermittent fasting. I don't track calories. I don't track protein because I find it's just not good for mentality. And as well, it's like it's not needed. If you look at an animal in the wild, you don't really see many fat animals other than pigs, right?
True.
So most animals in the wild, they're in good shape and they don't sit there tracking their protein. They don't even eat every day, right?
You don't count your protein?
Pardon?
You don't count your protein?
Right? I just make sure I have nutritious food. I only eat like once a day, maybe, and then I'll have eggs at night. But yeah, I just kind of keep everything the same, keep everything pure.
See, I think one of those things that people talk about, especially when it comes to weightlifting, is you gotta have everything down to the number, right? Like it's the amount of protein you're taking is your 1 gram per pound of body weight or whatever. But you say that you don't count it.
Like for me, I look pretty good, and I don't count any of that. But I also train like 24/7, right?
That's fair.
So like I could outwork any kind of diet, but the fact that my diet's pretty good, it shows like how I look. But if you are doing like, for example, bodybuilding is a sport, everything got to be exact. But if you're just trying to look a certain way and look decent and be healthy, you don't really need to track anything crazy, right? But knowing like calories in, calories out is a big thing, and knowing like what brings you what is also important too.
What about you? Like, I mean, like, do you eat a certain way? Like, are you similar to him where you don't count very much?
I don't count my calories, but like I don't eat garbage, but I eat good food. You know what I mean? So.
So
like
like
you
you
have
have
specific food groups or supplements or things like that. Anything?
So supplements, I don't take anything. I get like everything I need pretty much from what I eat. And what was the other question?
Like food groups, like specific food groups.
Eat eggs and red meat. That is the best thing you could eat, right? I can tell you one thing about dieting: do not be a vegetarian. That is the worst thing you could do.
to say that to Kevin Hart. Really, Kevin Hart's going on a full veggie diet.
Silly.
Dude, yeah, I don't understand. You feel like shit if you don't have the right amount of like meat or protein.
But I feel like there's a lot of alternatives. Like, I mean, like me as a teacher, so like when we have to
Yeah.
teach a younger grade and we're teaching them the food groups, apparently dairy is not one of the core food groups anymore. They
What?
completely cut it out. Now it's just like the fruits and vegetables, the grain, and then the protein. There's no more dairy.
Really?
Yeah.
The food pyramid is not suitable for everyone.
It's not suitable.
Put it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, much like a specific set of training isn't suitable for everyone.
Exactly. Everyone has their own thing that works, and you just gotta figure out what works for you.
So your logo, how'd you come up with that?
Very good question.
Yeah.
That's a great question. I don't know. I wanted like an Ivy League theme,
Yeah.
and no fitness like really uses purple.
Okay.
Or like no one really. I don't know. I just like the colors. Looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have no idea.
Just came up with it one day. So
Pretty
okay.
much, man. Yeah.
Muscle in motion. What does it mean?
So Muscle Motion, I wanted something for my fitness brand that didn't put me into just one kind of group, because I teach like a variety of different things, right? So Muscle Motion, it shows that like I could teach you how to get muscle, I could teach you how to be in motion, but I could also teach you how to do like other things. Like this could translate to bodybuilding training, to weight loss, to elderly strength training, to even boxing, right?
Mm.
So I just wanted to have kind of like a diverse name that's able to cover all realms of fitness.
Okay. How many clients do you have right now at the moment?
Oof. Online or in person.
So how many categories did you say?
Yeah,
you had?
just
You had bodybuilding.
break it
So
down.
like my main things that I like to teach is muscle gain and weight loss,
Yeah.
right? Which is what general people like.
Sure.
And I love to teach boxing. Those are my two favorite things.
Fair enough.
Main
Okay.
things. I have more specific things, like some people like to do hybrid training, which is similar to what I do, where they're good in like running, they're good in bodybuilding, they're good in just like body weight stuff,
Sure.
right? So it just depends.
Fair. So then, so how many people would you say as a total that you have?
Yeah,
in
like a
terms of
total number
clientele?
across the board.
So right now I'm pretty full. Could probably take a couple more spots, but I'm probably around about 30, 20 something.
How do you juggle all that? Because I mean, like at the end of the day, like
It's
you're
hard.
having a lot of people.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
the hardest thing about having a lot of clientele is scheduling everyone for when works for them, right?
Yeah.
So like I'll have someone where I gotta wake up and train them at like 9 a.m. and then I might not finish that day till 2 a.m., right? So right now it's Ramadan, so I had to change a lot of my hours for a bunch of my clients to suit them because they like to work out after they eat.
Mm.
So like instead of finishing off at 11, I'd be finishing off at like 2 for this month.
Shit. How does the online class work?
So it depends. Mostly it's just online diet, like online nutrition plans.
Oh, okay.
So like I do it for a few people that box. So if they need to hit a certain weight for a certain fight, I'll give them an extreme like. So for one guy, he wanted to become 180 to 200 in like 2 months.
Shit.
Obviously, that's not healthy.
Yeah.
But I had this guy eating like a shit ton of calories. I was trying to make him as healthy as possible, but he wanted a certain weight, and we just had to do it.
Sick.
Damn.
That's awesome.
I can't imagine like the discipline that goes into it, right? Because
Oh,
I mean,
man.
if you talk about people that start from start to finish, like say for example, you're like a finished product at this point, right? Like you're
No. I'm still in the beginning, man. We all are.
Yeah.
Right? No one's a finished product.
I mean,
Once
at this
you-
point, you're teaching, right? So
Yeah.
what, like,
So like I know more than the average person, but once you think you know everything, you know nothing,
True.
right?
That's
If
true.
you're not open minded to
Yeah,
learn,
Justin.
like my coaches are over 40, some of them are 70, right? And they're always still learning, right?
Mhm.
That's what makes a good coach.
you would think I know that as a teacher, but you know. It's like,
No, this guy knows everything. He's done.
yeah, no, I
he's
feel like
done-
I'm done at this point.
Samurai mode activated.
No, I just couldn't see.
Oh.
Oh.
I want to go back to the mentality because you do wrestling, right? You asked that question. How does it work for you? Because like you said, everybody's different, right? So,
Well, I'm still in the thick of things, right? So if you look
I
at
see
it,
that.
Continue,
I'm gonna
continue.
throw you through that mirror. I swear to God. No, but because I'm still so new, that mentality hasn't really shifted in yet.
Okay.
Like a lot of the times, what they say is you rely on what you know, and a lot of our matches, again, like for those of you that are unaware about pro wrestling, a lot of it is not necessarily like fake. I don't like when people use the word fake, but scripted.
Yeah.
So then when you go into a match, you have a certain structure that you can plan out, but there's only
Yeah.
so much you can plan out. If you're a really good wrestler, you'll hear the crowd. You'll know exactly what they're looking
So
for.
do you feel more like an actor in that sense almost?
It kind of is.
That's kind of cool.
That was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
So
like-
like a play.
Like some people will
That's
call
cool.
it like glorified stuntmen. There's
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
one take,
That's actually cool.
That is true.
right? Like so, literally, if you fuck up, and they call it botches nowadays, which I hate the word that for that also, but if you fuck up, you're doing it in front of that live crowd,
That's
and you're
true,
just gonna
yeah.
have to figure that out, right? And it works the same thing with boxing and stuff.
Yeah, I
That's
was
what-
gonna say for him though, it's different because he's shitting his pants in the corner. He doesn't know what's about to happen next, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah, but like there's a lot of mental fortitude that's involved, right? Because you're willingly getting thrown.
Mhm.
You're
Yeah.
willingly getting punched. You're willingly putting yourself in these positions. So you have to like train your body to be like, fuck, I'm getting slammed. I just
Yeah.
have to take it.
Have you ever got injured?
Yeah. I think last month in June, I landed awkwardly on my head and I was like stuck in bed for a
Dude,
good
you
2
couldn't do
days.
anything for like 3 months.
Yeah, literally, it was
Damn.
3 months. I had to go to the
Damn.
doctors, get it checked and everything, and it was
Couldn't
really
lift or
bad.
anything.
What was your road to recovery?
Literally, it was me just resting. Now, like they told me to rest and rest. Initially, I did not rest. I went back to wrestling and it got worse. So I think that's what definitely screwed with me. But I mean, listen to your doctors. Sometimes like they are looking out for you really, really well. There's some doctors, of course, that have other things in mind, but like you just want to make sure that you listen. Listen to the people around you too.
So what do you think, in your opinion, is the best way for like recovery from injury, or just in general after good training?
Like, okay, wait, recovery from like a training session or from like an injury?
Let's do both.
Okay, so for injury, okay, so for example, I broke my arm, right? I did that about a year and a half ago. It was supposed to be a year-long recovery. I was able to do it in about 4.5 months. The best thing you could do, at least what I did, was I challenged myself. So they tell you rest, not to do much, let your body recover by itself. That's true to an extent. If you don't give the body a reason to adapt or heal, it won't heal efficiently or as fast as you can. So I started my physio I did it all myself, by the way. I started my physio about 30 days after I broke my arm, and I was able to speed up recovery almost like by 3 times. So do your own research, get opinions from others, but make sure that you do something instead of nothing.
So basically, just sitting there doing nothing is not the greatest idea.
So like,
what they
for
told you was
example,
bullshit.
Yeah, probably, which is probably why it took longer than it did.
like, yeah, so like if I listened to them, it would have took about a year, right? And I even got physiotherapists. They came to me and they're like, oh, like you're gonna need my help. Like I had people come up to me because I worked at a gym who were physiotherapists. Oh, you need this. No, right? Like do your own research, figure out how the body works, and use what you know to kind of help yourself, right? Because no one wants to help you more than you.
That's true.
Right.
I mean, sometimes you got to look at it from the other direction too. Like sometimes you're just so down in the dumps, ain't nobody trying to help you. Like, right?
That's
Outside
true.
of that, right?
Exactly. Or like another thing too is when they talk about general health or like recovery, I would recover a lot different than someone who doesn't train or doesn't have any muscle mass at all.
Yeah, it's based on
right?
the body, right?
So like a cool fact is something like this was a 70-year-old who strength trains every day has better bone mass than a 30-year-old who doesn't. Something like that, right? So it's like that just goes to show that when you're getting an opinion from someone, that's just the general knowledge that they have on everyone, right? And if everyone's out of shape, with the majority of people are, I shouldn't get the same advice as someone else who doesn't train at all.
True.
Right? Because it's just not accurate.
What about after a good training session? How do you recover? Because you work out a lot. You work out every day. Bro.
Yeah, I train about 2 to 4 times a day. Recovery, diet's huge. Staying hydrated is huge. And sleep is another one, right? Those are all just the 3 main things. We all know it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
There's no like magical pill. Well, I guess there is.
Probably is. But
no healthy like magical pill you can take to kind of just speed up recovery or anything like that, right?
I think what sucks the most is like people do know it, but they don't do it.
100%.
Right? Like, so like I think when people are like your biggest enemy is yourself, it really is.
It's always look for cop-outs, I feel
It's
like.
true.
Yeah.
So like for example, like I saw this thing on Instagram. It's like my dog's getting fat. I need to walk it more and feed it less. Then it goes, I'm getting fat. My metabolism's slow.
Oh man.
Right? Like that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Right? So it's like sometimes you just gotta like we all deep down know the answer to what we want.
Yeah.
Just gotta do it. Right?
Sure. So like, what do you tell for people that like are like I can't fit working out into my schedule? Like I mean, especially you, right? I mean, you actually come here and you work the trains.
Yeah.
Like how does
every day.
like what do you do? Like how do you like go about that? Because like there's some people that just don't have the time.
To stay disciplined to it.
Yeah.
Show up for yourself.
Right. Like if you could sit on the toilet and scroll for an hour, you could do push-ups. For
I'll be honest.
25
Once you
minutes.
become consistent with it, make it part of your hobby, you enjoy it. Like you look forward to it, bro.
It's true.
What do they say? 21 days to become a habit?
Yeah.
2 weeks to get used to it, I think, and 21 days to form a habit, something like that.
It's funny how people like to shit on training and stuff, right? Like in the sense of just like, oh, like you just gotta eat healthy and do whatever. But I feel like it's all part of this big game, right?
Yeah, like you can't be mentally strong if you're physically weak, I believe.
Yeah.
Right? So like the physical aspect's great, and it also improves your mental aspect.
For sure, bro.
That's interesting.
Like if I walked into a room and I was 100 pounds skinnier and I didn't have any of the training that I had, I would not feel confident. I'd feel like shit and I'd be timid, right? But because I live every day the best I can, I feel good about myself.
It also teaches you to go a little bit extra, right? That one extra rep you get in,
Oh,
the one extra set
1,000%,
you get in.
right?
Yeah.
Knowing what you're made out of is very important, right?
I think one of those things that at least I'm trying to improve on is, especially because we're nearing the end of this pod, is like, well, what are a few things that you're maybe grateful for so far? Because like at this point, you've done a lot in your life. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. You've accomplished a lot. So have you, right?
We all have.
So sorry.
We all have.
See, but like, what do you tell those people that maybe don't feel like they have, right? right? Like you tell them they have, but they're like, what do I have to show for it?
Well, then just do more. No, honestly, man, right? If you feel like you haven't done enough, it's for a reason, right?
No, that's
you
fair.
only feel a certain way because
You know what you're
doing.
capable
Yeah,
of at the end of the
exactly.
day,
Right?
Yeah.
So if like you feel like shit, it's for a reason. You
Yeah.
just gotta do something about
If
it.
you're hungry for more, go get more, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fair. But like speaking of which, right? Like again, like for you yourself, like I mean, look at all your certificates. Look at how like great this has turned out to be, right? This area.
Yeah, it's going well.
So like for you, what have been the 3 things that I guess have motivated you or keep you humble and are grateful for?
In the training aspect or in
in general, maybe in life.
The business
like,
aspect.
Like what keeps you going?
Yeah.
What are you grateful for?
knowing that you can't master your craft ever is a good feeling.
Yeah.
Like I know no matter where I train, who I train with, and what I do every single day, there's always the next day to do better.
Right.
That's one. The second one is knowing that you're making an impact on people, right? Like a lot of my clients, including this guy, including all you guys, like I'll see them come act a certain way, and then after a little bit of training and just some fun, right? Just enjoying yourself, I'll see a big boost in their confidence. And like it's almost like a selfish job. I like feed off that. Like I really like seeing people do well.
Fair.
You know what I mean? And then the next one, I don't know, man. Those are just pretty much the 2 main things, right? Just bettering yourself and bettering others.
That's why you do well, bro. 'Cause
And
you
it's
got
just
pride
like
in it.
I love to do it, man. Right?
Yeah, it seems like you take a lot of pride in your work.
100%, man.
So what about you, Courtney? Like, what about what are some things that you're grateful for, especially in your journey getting this far?
Just starting, I never thought I'd do a boxing match, first of all.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I never played sports growing up, so doing a boxing match was, my first one was pretty good, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's fair.
And
I
like
never thought I'd do that.
it's a it's a different feeling having people come to support you. Like
Yeah.
he had like a crowd of like 20 people. He had like family come in. Like it's a good feeling knowing you're the center of attention. But it's also a good feeling for me knowing that I helped him get there. And like everyone supports in a certain way. So it's pretty cool. I enjoy that aspect.
So obviously you've been training for a while.
Yeah, a couple of years.
What keeps you disciplined? Because I think I've also been a big advocate for the fact that it requires. What is it for you? Like, is it something that you motivate yourself with? Is it something that Denver maybe does to motivate you? How does the whole process work?
Yeah, he motivated me a lot to get into working out, but especially boxing, because I didn't have much confidence growing up, and I was always shy. So
Really?
just getting into it was a huge step, you know.
What do I do as a coach for you that helps you stay interested?
You always like everything's different day. You know what I mean?
That's
like
true. Yeah, it
it's
doesn't
always
get stale.
Yeah, like it's good with training. It's always different. You know, always evolving.
Is he a tough love kind of teacher, you'd say?
Like. What do you consider a tough love teaching?
Like
he
a bit
doesn't-
of
he
a
doesn't
hard
compliment
ass,
you
you know.
very
He doesn't.
much,
He doesn't like. He doesn't take it easy on you.
Yeah, you gotta be like you know, kind of strict on them to keep going.
With that being said, though, like my training style differs depending on who you are as a person. Like obviously, the same way I'll train him isn't the same way I'm going to train Pete, who's 70, or the same way I'm going to train someone who's 10 years old, right?
Yeah.
So just knowing and reading your audience is very important. Like for him, we're around the same age, so it's always going to be like a tough brotherly love kind of thing. If I was nice to him all the time, he's not going to like. It just no one's benefiting from that. You know what I mean?
It's true.
So like having like the harsh truth is important, but also appreciating your wins is also important too.
Yeah.
It's why I guess it's what keeps you humble, right? Like recognizing your faults, but then also
100%,
realizing
yeah.
that there's a few of those victories that you can do.
Exactly. And like how I have I'm tough love on him, I got coaches on me that are the same way, right? So it's like it's not just like a one-way thing. Like I understand the process through it. That's why I'm able to kind of do it my way as well.
No, that's fair. I mean, you guys seem fairly close. I mean, same as Mike and I. So I mean,
We're like
it's kind of
this far away.
Yeah, move closer, bro.
He's thankful for that.
He's thankful for the distance.
He's thankful for the distance.
All right. So, what do you think the best way is for clients to deal with hiccups?
So clients have hiccups all the time. I do. We all do, right? We have setbacks. Sometimes people go binge eating, or sometimes they'll just skip training. The best thing you could do is own up to it and not avoid it because it happened, right? So like, for example, say you want to lose 10 pounds, you lost 5 and you gained 3 back, right? Like a main thing would be keeping yourself accountable, right? So like owning up to anything in life is important, especially with training. So like if you gained 5 pounds when you're supposed to lose it, it's okay. But as long as you hold yourself accountable, don't let it discourage you from continuing your goal, right? Because it's not always going to be like this, right? It'll be like this sometimes, right? So it's important to just stay consistent and not beat yourself up and realize that we make mistakes, but try to make what's best out of it.
I think that's always been my problem. I think, like, especially because when growing up, I felt like I was really overweight. Like, trying to lose that weight as I was getting older, it just felt very discouraging. Knowing that I would lose a bit and then I'd gain it back. I'd be like, what the fuck is the purpose?
Another thing that I tell people though is like, so say how old are you?
23 now.
So it took you 23 years to look a certain way you do, right? It's not going to change in 23 days. You know what I mean? So it's like your body is a reflection of your daily habits, right? So it's like if you do something, everything you've done for your 23 years of life is the reason why you look the way you do. Everything you've done for however long you've been alive, me and you, right? So depending on how you take care of yourself and just having that strong mentality of always being consistent is what's important.
But dude, even as long as I have known you, you cleaned up big time.
You think?
Yeah, bro. We used to, I don't know if I should say that, you used to go from being 2 pizzas by yourself to not even touching a pizza.
That's huge.
So that's
right?
good. That's
And
a
it's
good
like the
improvement.
little victories too that count. They say don't compare yourself to others, and I say that's wrong because one, yeah, you should always be the best version of yourself, but you also need to know like in this world, it's competition with everyone.
It's
right?
almost like a reference point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm happy where I am, and like I'm grateful for it. But there's people that are way better at certain things than I am, and that inspires me instead of discourages me, right? So like, don't let so say you go to the gym, you see a really big dude. Don't let that discourage you because he's at a certain spot that you want to be at. Let that encourage you, right? Like go up and ask, or just go and just like do something to help get you to that point.
Use it as a motivator. Basically.
Exactly, right? Or like even in boxing, like you'll go in and you'll feel nice a few times, right? And then you go in against one guy and he just dogs you, right? And that's like a humbling feeling. You're just like, yo, I thought I was good. Like, bro, do you know how many times like I want to quit? Like you just get your ass beat. You're like, yo, this sucks.
Bro, I thought I could hold my own. I go in the ring with you, so I got my ass handed to me.
And like, yo,
Brutally.
like, and it still happens to me. Like it'll still happen forever. But like, just knowing that like it's part of the process, and if the journey wasn't painful, then it's not worth the journey, right?
They always say the journey is better than the destination sometimes. You can look at it over a long period of time,
That's true.
right, as opposed to just seeing where you're at.
Exactly.
What else did you say? You said comparison was the thief of joy kind of thing, right? Because if you just keep looking at the comparison, it's kind of tough.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly,
don't
right?
use it to like get you down. Use
So
it
it's
to
like,
pick you up.
yeah,
Go to
compare
the top.
yourself to others, but only compare yourself to yourself for your own progress, right?
Your own progress,
Like, you don't know what that guy did over there or there to look a certain way or be that good. You don't know what he's been through, right? The only thing you can control is what you do. But you could use that as like as an inspiration. Be like, yo, like, yeah, why not, right?
I mean, you would hope that like if you ever did approach someone that is successful, that they'd have the same reaction you do, right? Because like I'm sure him and I look at you two, see how far you guys have come.
Yeah.
Right?
So like what I used to
Bigger
do.
than him. The fuck you talking about?
That's funny. No, so like what I used to do was during COVID we couldn't do much, so I pretty much lived at the gym. And I was only about like 16, 15, because that's when I started training. I used to just walk around the gym, go up to anyone that I was like, whoa, how's this guy do this? And I just learned from them, right? So I was able to take like years and years of just training with everyone to kind of develop my own style and learn, right? That's also how I got into fighting.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy what your transition was, though. Like, you went from just working out to fight.
Yeah, it's actually insane. You went from just a D bodybuilder down to.
Well,
You need to look the part, right?
It depends though, because like I started with hockey, right? So that gave me a lot of like athletic background.
Yeah.
And then when you transition to bodybuilding, it makes you so unathletic. Like it just sucks, right? So then now I'm trying to like take everything I know from hockey training to boxing training to bodybuilding and kind of make it into one like super training method for myself, right?
How long did that transformation take though?
What do you mean?
Like from bodybuilder to cut?
So like how long did it take me to like turn my bodybuilding strength into functional training? That's a good question. I'm still doing it.
Yeah, okay.
Right? I'm still doing it. But for example, I was 190 lean and now I'm about 165.
Okay.
And like I still feel pretty good. So that's good. Another thing for my training is it'll differ a lot. So depending on what challenges I have in front of me will change on how I train. So right now I'm in school for firefighting.
Oh, really?
So yeah. So a lot of my training has been very specific and tailored to that. So like instead of doing just a normal row a bodybuilder would do, right? I'll grab like a rope or something and pull it, right? So I try to make a lot of my movements as like situational and functional as possible now, right?
You know what's kind of crazy is like there's a lot of people that look huge, but they can only like throw around weight. They can't hold it.
Yeah, it's true. And there's nothing against that. It's perfectly fine. But like bodybuilding is mostly for looks because you're building your body, right?
Sure, yeah.
Then there's stuff like powerlifting and stuff. It depends what you want at the end of the day, right? Like you'll notice too, you wrestle, right? And you'll notice a lot of the really, really jacked guys, their movements are probably a lot more stiff,
They are.
right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not every single one. Like, there's people like Logan Paul where that guy's doing crazy shit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But like a lot of the time, like having that big stockiness is just for different sports. You know what I mean?
True. I mean, it is an upper body business. Like, not very many people look at your lower body when it comes to that, right? So then they're just.
Well, I mean, yo, when you're wearing little tights,
You're
maybe
wearing
they
this
are.
guy wears a purple leotard, bro. Everybody's looking.
Fuck it out.
There was one. It was your boxing people or your wrestling company that did that to you on their YouTube.
Yeah.
Dude, they had him pressed up against the rope, and the guy was right behind him. His face was like. It was bad.
You're big into wrestling, so obviously that's like people come and watch it. It's an event,
yeah.
right? So how do you deal with like the social media aspect behind that?
In terms of.
Just like, for example, that.
Yeah. Like you mean in terms of like the mental game that comes.
Yeah,
with
so
it,
it's
or
like one, you got to promote yourself.
Yeah.
So what do you do to do that? Well, I know you do this too as
Yeah.
well.
No,
But
I
also-
do this.
Oh, okay. Right? But like the social media is a big thing. Like for me, how I get most of my clientele is through social media and like advertisements online,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because that's the new kind of thing now.
Yeah.
So like, what do you do to use social media to kind of help with your wrestling journey?
So I mean, one is just to put yourself out there. I think that's one of those things where, especially as a pro wrestler, if you're trying to make it big in the business, you want to get as much traction as possible. People have to want to come to see you. If you don't put asses in seats, you're not doing a good job as a pro wrestler. Because at the end of the day, it is theatrical. It's one of those things where people need to come. Great analogy is like a movie.
Yeah.
Right. Like a lot of people like to shit on wrestling because it's quote unquote fake or whatever. But the whole idea is when you go into a movie and say you're watching Iron Man, you don't think. Fucking Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man.
You're coming for a character.
You're coming for
right?
a character.
Yeah.
So I mean, not probably like in the way that you're probably intending.
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh,
Like
sorry.
they're not coming to see Justin. They're coming to see Savant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
No, it's true, right? I mean, like, and then people will stay back, and if they genuinely like you as a wrestler, they'll ask for your autograph. I think one of the most gratifying things for me was there was one time I was taking the train to a wrestling event, and somebody's like, "I saw you
That's
at
cool.
the Oslo,"
Yes.
and they asked for an autograph.
Yes,
That's
man,
cool.
I love
And
that.
like, and it's like you don't do it for that,
Mhm.
but you kind of do it at the same
Yeah.
time.
Makes you feel good, bro. Like,
you're
makes you feel-
self-glorified.
I mean, it's one of those things where I'm a bad guy, so I'm technically supposed to be nice to the people, but it's just, you couldn't help it. It was a little kid that wanted another picture
Yeah.
with me. He showed me the picture that
That's
I had,
cool.
right? So like that's one of those things. But to answer your question, social media wise, putting yourself out there, like a lot of the most viral people. There's a wrestler currently right now. His name is Ricky Sosa.
Yeah.
He got over with the audience because his entrance was one of the most popular things ever. Everyone would do his hand motion as he was coming out in the ring, and that's all it took.
Yeah.
And now he's getting signed with TNA.
That's pretty cool.
Right? And so it's kind of crazy. Like all it takes is one video.
So you say it's they come to see a character,
They
right?
come to see a character.
So do you find that's hard to not just be yourself on camera, or like just be yourself in general, or are you kind of your character?
Your character, for the most part, and I think this is probably advice I'd give to anyone that's starting wrestling, your character should be you dialed up 10.
Okay.
Right? So for me, I'm a bit of a dickhead in real life. So my character is going to be me being a dickhead times 10.
Wait, how did this get reversed? Why is he interviewing you? What just happened? What just happened?
I'm pretty good at this.
That's
You
funny.
are.
Why am I way better at asking than answering?
A new member.
I just
A
clicked
new
like
member.
Justin's getting asked a question.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
it's easier to just listen to him talk.
Yeah.
It's funny, bro.
No, I mean, we technically ask each other questions. I
It's
mean,
very
that's-
different though, like social media for that than something like this though.
No,
Because
of
for
course.
this, it's just trying to find like a niche or trying to find a certain thing people
I like this way better.
Dude, people for
Yeah.
us, I feel like our biggest things have been our vlogs
Yeah.
and then our skits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those have by far been the people just want to see you go outside and do shit.
Yeah, man.
See,
Yeah.
much like that, though, wrestling is entertainment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right? So if you're able to grasp them somehow,
Yeah.
that's what it takes. Right? You could be the shittiest wrestler in the world, but if people are going to pay to watch your shitty wrestling, you've
Sure.
done a good job.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like,
Yeah.
think about all the comedy characters that have existed in this world. Like, great one is Santino Marella. He was like this Italian
Oh my
dude that used to fucking go around playing in a, like an
The
invisible
snake.
trumpet.
The snake.
Yeah, the Cobra.
Yeah.
Right? Like, people used to pay to watch him do that shit. And they would bring the Cobras, they'd put signs up, they'd do whatever. But that's all it takes, right?
That is true, man.
Right? Or like Mike. Like, if Mike walked out, people would laugh, right? So it's one of those things where...
So you're trying to say Ryan should walk in with a cobra in his
Basically,
boxing match?
yeah.
Put us on
Show
the
off
map.
the python and the Cobra at the same
When did
time.
they
you
come
go.
out with an Indian Michelin man?
Maybe that's my new gimmick. But if people pay to watch it, game over.
It's true, bro. You just need a niche. That's literally all it is.
Yeah.
But that comes with everything, though, right? Like, no
It
matter
does.
what you do in your life, if you pick a specific niche and you're the best at it, you're good.
What's
See-
your niche, bro?
That's what I was going to get on. See,
Yeah.
my niche is it's very hard because I enjoy so much different realms of training that I can't just be like, all right, you want a bodybuilding coach, go to him,
Mhm.
or you want like a functional strength training, go to him. Like I love learning everything, so my niche would honestly be like everything.
Diversity.
Just fitness in general, right?
Yeah.
That's why it's muscle in motion, because that covers like almost everything could be with fitness. Because I love working with older people. I like working with kids. I like working with people my age, and everyone has different goals and like requires different like skill sets.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't want to miss out on helping others just because I'm too like one side. Like
That's
you
a
know what
good
I mean?
marketing thing too, because it doesn't like if people see the name, it doesn't limit them.
No, exactly, right?
Yeah.
And like eventually, like I want to start training, like bringing boxing over to different age groups instead of just people. Like most people I train boxing around my age, right? Because it's help build confidence. It's gonna help you just in general. But like I'd like to bring boxing over to more elderly people, and I like to share my love for boxing with younger kids as well.
Yeah, I mean, usually it's a diss to tell somebody that they're a jack of all trades but a master at none.
Yeah,
But like, I guess in your case,
It's
actually
you're,
true,
you're
yeah.
like, it actually
It's
works
actually a
out.
good thing.
but like,
Right.
well, the only other thing that sucks though is because I do almost everything, right? It kind of waters down each thing.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, like you're gonna go to bodybuilding coach for boxing. Why'd you do that? Or why you're gonna go to some guy who just boxes to learn how to lift circles? Why you do that, right? But like I've experienced it. I've learned from some of the best, and like I do it 24/7. You know what I mean?
No, it's
So like experience is more important than age, and it's just doing it and being able to be hands on helps. You know what I mean?
True.
Dude, with the power of the internet, it's so easy to learn shit every day.
No, exactly.
It
Like
helps
yo,
big time.
if I'm not helping others or I'm not learning from someone, I'm on the internet studying something
Yeah.
new, right?
Yeah, true.
And like certifications play a big role, but a lot of it is like in-person learning. Like I could read anything I want, but I actually have to be able to do it in
Yeah.
order to teach it, right?
Yeah.
That's another thing that I like with boxing is like I could also make my own kind of twist to things. Like I could be like, okay, this worked for me when I was sparring with this guy. This worked this way, right? So it's like being able to be hands-on and then looking at like the online side of learning through the internet and stuff. It's pretty cool to combine the two.
And for someone that does everything, how do you get the fundamentals for each thing down pat?
Well, see, the best thing that you could do with anything in general is don't do everything at once, right? So, like, it wasn't like I was going to, like, jiu-jitsu, then I was doing
Yeah.
boxing, and then bodybuilding, then back and forth, back and forth. I did bodybuilding, boom, 4 years. Now I have a pretty good base, and I continue to learn from that. I did strength training, functional strength training for, like, 7 years,
Okay.
right? Boom, now I have a good base at that. I did boxing for 4, right? So now when I'm able to pick pieces, I have the fundamentals down because I focused just on that for a certain amount of time.
Okay.
Versus if I was trying to learn like 5 to 10 things at once, it's gone. It's not happening,
You're gonna
right?
mix everything up.
And but like now that I know what comes where, like I have clients who, so how it works is like I have clients who want to do boxing and bodybuilding,
Okay.
right? They don't go well together,
Yeah.
right? Because the bigger you get, the slower you
Slower
are.
you are.
Usually, right? If you want to do it as fast as possible. So I go, okay, let's get you physically fit, right? Let's make you look how you want to look,
Mhm.
and then we'll worry about how you feel,
Okay.
right? And then if you want to learn boxing, we'll transition so that you still look good, but you're also able to like move around and be mobile, right?
Sick.
So like the more that you train, the more doors open, and the more you actually realize you don't really know anything, right? So it's a pretty cool feeling though.
So obviously you're a coach, right?
Yeah.
But what's the impact, let's say, your coaches have had on you guys, both of you?
So I've been taught. Pardon?
Both of ya.
I've been taught by many great people. I'm grateful for all my coaches.
Yeah.
Like, you may think because I'm a coach, I don't need to get coached. That's the complete opposite, right? I need as much help as possible so I could take, not their knowledge, but I could, like, kind of return the favor to others.
Yeah.
I have right now probably, like, 10 different people I'm learning from.
What?
Like, I'm all over the place, right? Between just boxing, weightlifting, or even other people that have just been doing it more than me that come and teach me. But yeah, my coaches have had an extremely positive effect, right? They give me tough love, some of them I just go and I like to just hang out with them, right? But yeah, a big shout out goes to everyone who's contributed to my learning and to a lot of my coaches that I still see and that I don't see anymore as well.
Who don't you see anymore?
No, it just depends, like different arts, right? Some
Yeah,
coaches
that's
move away.
Oh,
it just
no, that's
depends, right?
fair.
Nothing ever personal at all.
No, of
But
course.
no, it's just
yeah.
like, yeah, like I've learned from many great people and
Yeah.
it really has helped me as who I am today. But it like taught me many great life lessons, but also helps me with training other people and just being a good person in general.
Good, bro. Good answer.
That's pretty sweet.
How about you?
Me? Yeah, like I don't really know.
Doesn't matter how many. Like what have you noticed? Like how is your life different?
Oh, like they
good coaching.
they-
Not just me, like people that coach all of
they
us.
speak good words, you know, like they inspire you a lot. Like they're older than you, and they know
Mhm.
they know more than you. They have a lot of knowledge
Mhm.
to share. So it's
Like-
good to take a lot of different
Lessons.
lessons and
Yeah.
knowledge from people and
Yeah, man.
try to make it.
Like what I learned too is like, yeah, they teach me how to lift weights or they teach me how to box, but the main lessons that a lot of these coaches like that I've learned from them is a lot of life things, right?
Yeah.
So like having many like great role models to learn from in an activity that I enjoy helps with me understanding like life things as well, if that makes sense. Like I like to personal, like being a personal trainer is it's a personal thing. So like when I talk to my trainers, it's also personal for me, right? So it helps me mentally and physically as well. That's why I'm able to like kind of shoot that message to other people.
You can always learn more, right?
Yeah, because I really benefit from having different coaches and just getting different advice from people. You know what I mean?
It's one of those things too, where it's like, imagine the amount of people that are getting advice from all these different places. But I guess for you, that's more beneficial, right? Because sometimes it's like cognitive overload.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Right? Like I don't understand how. I mean, maybe you could walk me through it. I don't understand how you can have so many different coaches that give all these different opinions, because they probably have their own way of teaching.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And then how do you compile them into your own?
So that's my favorite thing. That's what makes me, I think, different from other trainers. Is I don't have a specific style, right? Like I will take everything I learned and I'll be like, hey, this works for me, right? So like one guy may teach something a certain way, one guy might teach it different. I'll like kind of put it together, and if I'll try it, like, and I'll be like, if this works, it works, right?
Yeah.
Like for example, like say it's a certain way to do a curl, right? Say one guy wants me to turn out, one guy wants me to turn in, and I kind of combine it and do like a different kind of superset or something, and I find that the results are good for me. I'll take that, right? Because now I have that knowledge, and it's like I could use that for myself and for other people, right? And I always credit people who teach me things. I'm not just, you know what I mean? I'm not recycling, right? But like it's cool. Like I'm pretty sure like most people, the way they learn too is like they get a bunch of different advice, they put it together, and they have their own style, right? That's like the beauty of like it's like Bruce Lee. He's the best at that. This guy traveled everywhere, bro, right? And he got advice from everyone, and he made it his own thing.
He like Jeet Kune Do, that was his, right?
Yeah, man, yeah.
Man, that's kind of crazy though. Like he was master of kung fu, master of everything, right? Like,
because like if he had a closed mind, he would have only just done one form of art. You know what I mean?
Do you take inspiration from more than just your coaches though? Like do you like watch people like Bruce Lee and stuff like that and kind of look at that and go like
for me, like I don't try to get influenced too much by too much media stuff. And like obviously Bruce Lee's not the media stuff.
Of course.
He's a legend. But like I like to see in person and be like, I want to be able to do that. Like if I watch some guy do a backflip on the air, I don't really care. No. But if I'm like out and I see some guy do it, like I need to learn that. You know what I mean?
You know what's kind of funny? It's because I noticed the Muhammad Ali poster in the background.
Yes.
Impossible is nothing. Tell me more about that though. Why'd you end up putting that there?
Honestly, okay, Muhammad Ali's a GOAT, and I love his boxing style and everything, but I love what he stands for, right?
What does he stand for?
So like Muhammad Ali, you know how he went to jail and everything, right? Like it's not even so much his message that I preach. I just preach that he believed in something and he stood up for it and he dealt with the consequences that came behind it. Right? So learning from people like that, even though I don't know him personally,
of course.
It's still inspirational to me to be like, okay, this is the way I believe is right, and I always must think this way, right? The biggest thing is like you always have to stand up for what you believe in, and that can come down with fighting, that can come down with training, that can come down with eating cereal, right? It can go with anything. So always doing what you think is right is very important.
Do you have any inspirations, like besides Denver?
Like inspirations? Like a lot, just like I don't know, like fighters. You know what I mean? Like you look at like GSP, he's always evolving in different stuff, and you know what I mean. He's always practicing. So
that's George St. Pierre for those of you that have been living
under
a rock for the last 20 years.
One of our coaches, Mark.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, this guy does like between like knife fighting,
everything,
like phone booth boxing, backflipping.
He's like another you, right?
No. See, these are the kind of people that I aspire to be like one day,
really?
right? Yeah. So like, or I have like my boxing coach at Jamestown. Like, there's a bunch of great people that I learned from, and I just love learning from people.
I think we all have learned from specific people. Like, what about you? Like, have you like had any inspiration, especially when you started Taekwondo or anything like that?
I was a kid when I started.
Oh, that's fair.
Not really, but I mean, like, just.
How about right now? Because you're pretty disciplined. I mean, like, there was a point in time where you weren't as disciplined with working out, but then I feel like
I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's when I walked in here for the first time, and I saw him, I saw Ryan, I saw what was going on here. I was like, and it was the beginning of the year, so I was like, bro, I'm just gonna lock in this.
It's true. Like you're a product of your environment, and I believe in that huge, right?
Yeah.
So like me growing up in a gym with all these dudes who are like 40, 50, and like everyone was older than me, right? And I was like, okay, like these guys are all jacked, healthy, and they know how to fight. I need to become jacked, healthy, and know how to fight, right? Michael comes down here, he's like, okay, like these guys aren't bad. They look pretty healthy, and like, what are they doing that I'm not, right? And then for him, he's a pretty smart guy. So like, okay, what is this guy doing that I'm not to learn, right? But it's just like knowing not what you're up against, but just knowing your surroundings is very important.
It's like you said earlier, I didn't use it as like a competition. I saw them and it motivated me. It's like, okay, I gotta do more.
Exactly,
I gotta do it for myself.
And like, with that being said though, like, say he came up and asked me, oh, what do you do? There are times where people are dickheads, right? But that's why it's important for like if you ask for anything, right? It could be girls, right? it could be just learning something new. You just ask, right? Usually the worst answer you get is no.
Sometimes
Usually.
off, most days no.
Yeah, that one happens sometimes. But just like throwing yourself out there is important, right?
Yeah.
Training with anything, right? So
yeah, true.
it's good.
I think one of my personal experiences, especially growing up in like more of a brown household, you're typically compared to a lot of other people.
Yeah.
And I think for me, that's a struggle that I currently struggle with. Is I'll look at people that are doing really well and they're my age. So for example, you guys are our age.
Yeah.
Right? Like we look at you and then I'll be like, damn. They are competition because literally they're in a place that I should be, and I look at it negatively. But I think it's time for them.
No, it's time for
you
you
to
to
go
go
change it, bro.
Because it's never a competition, especially with people that you're like surrounded with, right? Like we're all friends, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not gonna be like I'm gonna compare myself, but in a positive way.
Yeah.
Right? I'd be like, yo, say you got a really nice car, like a new one. I'd be like, yo, shit, I need to get one of those.
At the end of the day, we all want the best for each other, right?
No,
That's
of
the point,
course,
yeah.
right? And like that comes down to like teamwork too, right? So like we're friends, so we're a team. But that also could transition to fitness as well. So like for muscle and motion, right? Like one thing, I've had it for about a year and a half now, I've been running it. The coolest thing that I've noticed is it's starting to form more of like a community, right? Yeah. So like I'll have people box against each other sometimes down here. I'll have people train together, right? So it's like, it's cool to see like how everyone also, like they're building relationships with each other through the love of the same thing.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like having like a team behind you is also a great feeling.
Yeah.
So like for example, if Ryan's working with another boxer that's not as experienced for me, right? They'll be very inspired by him, and then they have like a cool like connection. You know what I mean? Or like for me, I'm part of a bunch of clubs for different fitness things. Like having like that positive team behind you is like very nice feeling, and it's fun. Like it's good for you mentally, right? It gives good competition, so it's very important.
One last question for you, bro. What's your take on like people who have a hard time with discipline and consistency?
It's all a mindset, right?
Yeah.
They rely on things like motivation, which are fake. It's temporary fulfillment, right?
Yeah.
Like I could feel motivated to do something, then I don't want to do it again. Like I'm not motivated to like walk a dog or something. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But it's just doing it because you have to do it, right?
Yeah.
Like Mike Tyson, he says you gotta do what you hate like you love it.
Yeah.
Right? And like I don't hate training, but I don't wake up every day saying I want to run, I want to lift
I was
circles.
gonna say, dude, like,
Screw that all.
But do you not like it though?
I love it,
Yeah.
and I'm obsessed with the feeling afterwards as well.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I enjoy everything I do, right? Because there's times when I broke my arm, I wish that I could have trained, right? So I'm not gonna be sitting there and be like, oh, I'm tired. Like, it's not how it works.
Some days I wake up and I want to lift.
Yeah.
And there's days I wake up and I don't want to lift, but
Exactly,
I do anyway because I know I have to.
And you know, no one has ever said, I wish I didn't work out today.
Of course not.
Like that just doesn't happen
Yeah.
unless you like
Unless you hurt yourself.
broke your ankle.
Yeah.
But still, you should have trained, just not stupidly.
Yeah, no,
right?
Barbell.
But yeah, so like being disciplined, it's all a mindset, right? Like you must train every day. You must do something every day and work towards something. One thing that helps me, like I train 4 times a day. Like that's a lot, right? 2 to 4. Having like a set schedule and knowing what you're supposed to do each day and accomplishing that and having like a good day is what matters.
True.
Like when I train, I'm like, I have a good day. When I help people, I'm like, I had a good day, right?
Yeah.
And it's those stacks of good days that are going to outweigh the bad. And that's what gets rid of that shitty feeling that Michael was talking about, right? If you're constantly building, you have no time to come back down.
See, that's kind of funny because we were talking about it before, how things go like this. As
Yes,
opposed to like
exactly,
this.
right?
But then a lot of times people will take that one negative, right? And it'll trump all of those good days.
Exactly,
So
right?
when you
You
tell
can't.
someone that's so like, I don't want to say pessimistic. But
Talking about
someone
someone, you're talking about you over here.
It's about me. So what do you take?
So what?
How do I look at a situation and not take the fucked up day, like that I maybe gain a pound or that I don't have the motivation to go to work?
It
Or
goes back
whatever,
with
something like that.
having the good days outweigh the bad, right? So it's like if I'm consistent so much and I have one day, who cares? But if I'm consistently bad so much, then I have one good day, it could still turn things around,
Yeah, bro.
right? Like you can't beat yourself up because you're not where you want to
At
be.
the end of the day, you're human, bro.
Right? It's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
But another thing is not feeling sorry for yourself.
That's
like,
something I
yo,
struggle with. Yeah.
Like it's like oh no, like I gained a pound. Like yeah, you did. It's your own fault.
Use the bad
You know
to
what I mean?
push you to do
Yeah.
better.
Exactly.
Use it as a motivator,
So
not
it's
as
like
something to weigh you down.
that's where the tough love comes in.
Yeah.
It's like I'll have a client come down here. Oh, I gained 5 pounds. Well, yeah, you did, and it's your fault. It's not my fault. I told you that you didn't do it, right? And like obviously, I'm here to help you do better, right? But at the end of the day, holding yourself accountable, like I can only do so much.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when you leave and it's 2 a.m. and you're eating cookies, like that's on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like holding yourself accountable is huge. Or like say I'm trying to prep him for even a spar or something, right? And he's out say the night before, that's on him. Right? So just holding yourself accountable. But another thing that helps that I find is knowing that if I do a certain thing that's going to affect my performance, that I am letting, say, my coach down, right? So like sometimes having that person in your corner, like say I was training you, and say you may not want to not eat that cookie for yourself, but you may be like, yo, this guy's going to give me shit, right? Just having that like background like voice of like, yo, I can't let this guy down really helps me sometimes, right? So like say like I'm gonna go train with my coach and be like, hey, like I need to prep myself to make sure that I don't waste his time. And he still wants to help me, that I'm still trying to build and I'm still trying to learn.
Yeah.
And like there'll be times I have shitty training sessions, like everyone does. Like I get tired sometimes, right? But just showing up and just trying and just making the best of the situation is what matters.
For sure.
To end it off, though, we're talking a lot about, you know, passion and pride and things like that, your motivation. What are some words you can leave them with? A little bit of motivation, a little bit of inspiration.
Wisdom. Yeah, words of wisdom from the master himself.
Just me?
Mr. Muscle in Motion.
Yeah,
go.
Mr. Muscle in
Let's
Motion
go.
over here. Yeah.
We'll all go. Okay, how about that? Start with Justin, then we'll work our way down.
When I was younger, I came up with like 3 phrases that always seemed to be consistent with me. That was like to think smart, work hard, and then you earn respect. And it goes in that order. Because you can't ask for respect without having shown that you've been able to think about it properly and gear towards it. You can't work hard without thinking about it either. Because if you're just putting hard work into something random, how are you going to know whether you have success, right? It's all a mental game first, physical, and then when you combine the two, you get the respect in the end.
That's true.
Right? What about you?
How about you?
Just, what's the question?
This guy's out for lunch.
I mean,
What's one message that you
One
have?
message, a little inspiration.
Just take pride in what you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it. You might as well just do it. Do your best, the best you can.
It's true.
You know, like don't half-ass something.
True.
That's true. My advice would be to do something, right? Try everything. If you are very close-minded or you don't want to put yourself out there, you're never going to learn and you're never going to know what you're truly made out of, right? So my best advice is just try everything and just do your best at it.
Yeah.
Because eventually you'll find what you love to do.
True. It's good. Mine, I'd say if you feel like you're stuck or you're in a rut or anything like that in life, and you feel like you're capable of more, it means you are. If you feel like you have the capacity to do more, it means you can. It means you should. Because your brain wouldn't be telling you that for no reason. So push harder. Do more.
Yeah,
that's good.
Words, Mike.
I think that's probably the best way of ending a podcast thus far. But thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you, Denver and Ryan, for taking the time.
Thank you guys.
I know you guys are extremely busy, so appreciate
Thanks
the
for
time.
making the time. Thanks to you too, busy guy.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Reason why I haven't uploaded is because of these. No, but I appreciate you guys. And as always, peace in.
Love. And also, come check out Muscle in Motion.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah,
linking it everywhere. So if he doesn't get more clients, man, we're blaming you.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys.